putting up your sheets, putting up your design just like that, you can make a wonderful display in a very quick amount of time. Okay, yes, I admit I did just pull a Deadpool where we skip to the end, show you what's happening, and then jump right back to the beginning to see how it's all done. I've been told that my videos are a little boring, rude. I know, right? I mean, I only have 13 subscribers. It's not very hard to figure out who's making all the negative comments, Robbie. Anyway, I'm Mark. I'm in Japan, and my family and I Halloween. We Halloween hard. Mostly known for making these, as you can kind of see here, some of these styrofoam props. And I made some videos about how to make those, if you'd like to check those out. But today I'm here to talk to you about making scene setters or backdrops. It could be Instagram photo spots. You can just decorate your garage or entrance of your Halloween haunted house, or even for your Halloween party, to make it look just a little bit better and more exciting. I have here an example of one that I made before. This was for a haunted house facade. What I do is I make these in long strips that are as high as whatever your ceiling is, a little bit longer than that, so you'll have a little bit of a drag. You'll have a little bit of extra room so you don't have the gaps. And then you pin those up next to each other, connecting them for as much space as you need to cover. Here I have for you just an example, like I said, to show you. This is a little sheet that I would use. Actually, this will go over a doorway so you can create a space for people to walk through. And what I used for this one was a gray fabric. I tried actually tested a couple. There was a brown and a gray, but a gray looked better. And just using some markers, even just markers only, this actually looked pretty good. If you want to go a little bit extra, which I recommend, make it look a little bit better, you can add some paint, add a little color with some paint and age it a little bit or shade it a little bit. But doing them in strips, I found is really the best way. I have bought scene setters in the past, and most of those are just long. They extend, and then you have to do them in two strips, sort of stack them. And those don't look very good, in my opinion. They're a little glossy. If you try to take photos with them, the flash shines on them. So using fabric will eliminate that problem. Also, doing them as longer strips seems to work better for me. I'll go in, how do we do that and where do we get started? But first I want to show you just a few examples of things I've already created, the backdrops that I've made for previous Halloweens. Take a look at some of those and then we'll get back to how to make them. Okay, thanks for tolerating my family photo album, Halloween Through the Years with Mark. But I just wanted to again show you some of the things that I've created and also what you can create. You do not need to, of course, match your theme or match your costumes. It's just what I do. However, this does look good as, again, backdrops and for photos, as well as covers for your entrance to your haunted house and other things. What I do to get started, again, we're going to, as a plan, we're going to make panels, and these panels will just basically repeat, and then you can connect them. I always start with a paper design, a plan that I want to make. I sort of draw out the whole scene, and then I draw out the individual, what I think I would like, more detailed pictures of what the panels might look like. So let's take a look at those. So here you can see I've got the sheet just kind of laid out. And what I did just for this project, it doesn't really matter what you use, but I measured out my distances that I want and my lines on this 1x4 here. And then I marked the sheet, as you can see, here and here, and down the sheet again for that. And then I marked on the other side the same lines, and then just turned my 1x4, lined them up, and drew my lines. I also did make a mark for like my pillars in this case, or my vertical lines as well. You can kind of see that there. Again, and then I will just line up my 1x4 across those and draw some lines. It does not matter so much about what happens in kind of like the middle area of your sheet, but you do want to make sure that your end lines on the sides are kind of correct. They will make it easier to match the sheets up. Okay, so here's our sheet after I've drawn basically stenciled my lines on there. Next step, we're gonna just go ahead and fill those in. I use these oil-based markers. I do that because I worry that if I use a water-based marker, that if I try to wash these sheets, or if I need to wash these sheets, obviously my design is either gonna blur or something. I've not yet ever had to wash a sheet, but I think in general that's a good move. The bigger the marker you can find, the better. This is the fattest one that I could find in the stores near me. The fatter the marker, and the better you're gonna have. I mean, it's gonna take less time to fill everything in. If you try to use, again, that smaller marker there, it will of course work, but you're gonna just spend more time going over and over and over the lines. Okay, here we are, moment of truth. I'm gonna spray these sheets with some black paint, a little bit of brown paint that I diluted, and I'm gonna try to make a dark sky. You can also see here I have a little moon guy. That's gonna leave an outline. Anyway, this is make it or break it time. Here we go. Okay, so once we have these, our sheets all drawn and ready, we can go ahead and pin them up. Big question I get a lot of the times is how long does it take you to do these? This particular design to do the markers and those kinds of things took me about 45 minutes to do one sheet. Then you're gonna have to add in some time for painting. I did them all together, as you saw. And so painting them didn't take very long at all. But yeah, let's just go ahead and say each one took about 10 minutes from laying it down, spraying it, and then hauling it away to dry. But once you have these, you can again use these year to year. You can see I usually roll them up in this fashion. That way I can put them in my closet very easily. I have like 15 different backdrops all kind of rolled up and stacked in my closet. I roll them up because that keeps them from wrinkling. You could fold them I don't recommend that because then you will have to iron them, iron out the creases. Keeping them this way, I can just unroll them for Halloween and pin them up. What we're gonna see is a few people helping me. I work in a community center where I shouldn't pin things directly to the walls because they don't like that. So you're gonna see we've set up some 2x4s and some designs to hold these sheets, but basically we just pin them up and decorate them. So take a look at us setting these up. Okay, once you have your sheets pinned up, you can add some accessories to make it look even better. It is basically just setting up our 2023 Alice in Wonderland photo spot. I'm going to show you a couple more videos of how we decorated the rest of the hall for our Halloween party that year. Here you can see that you can create a very big, large area covered very nicely and quickly with these backdrops. Okay, and that's it. As you saw, once you have your sheets finished, it's very easy to set up a nice Halloween scene covering your entrance or your haunted house. These sheets that I made, they are 2.5 meters in length. Question that I get a lot is, how much does it cost? And so in this case, this fabric, I like to use a bit thicker fabric because it hangs well. But the fabric that I used for this project was $5 for 1 meter. Sorry, I live in a strange land that uses meters. $5 per meter. So one sheet, one panel costs me $12.50 roughly to decorate that one. Plus you're going to need your marker and a little bit of paint, but the cost of that is very minimal. But once you're all done, you can do these. You can do up to as many panels as you like. If you only want to do a photo spot, you need probably only 3 panels would get you going. I generally do 10 to maybe 12 because I like to be able to do a larger area, as you saw in the video. Anyway, that's it. It's time to skip to the end or get to the end of this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. I hope you make some excellent stuff, and if you do, I'd love to see it. So when you're done with your display, you have it all set up for you, quick and easy, just like that. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You are so, don't be like that, Kevin. Don't be like that. Okay, so basically that's it. You get your sheets drawn, you get your sheets set up, and you're ready to go. Rock and roll. It happens pretty fast. I'm not gonna use rock and roll. I'm gonna redo this. As you can see, this strip, I just used some brown fabric. I'm sorry, it's gray fabric. We'll try that again. Some gray fabric. I actually tested it with brown fabric. Take two. As you can see here, I had some brown, Jesus, gray fabric. This gray fabric, this is a small strip that I'll put up on the, it's exhausting.